guys are good to go. Ooh, if you guys can toast like that.
Can we go now?
Yeah.
We just did it.
Yeah, I know.
We have to do it again?
Yeah, this time make sure it's fake.
But it's just
It'll be
like
very light.
Oh my god.
so good, right?
Oh, fuck this.
God. Mm. Ah,
That was pretty good. I could-
Woo!
Well, I'm curious now what he's drinking.
All right.
It's got to be old fashioned.
Well,
It's an
whatever
old-fashioned.
you guys are drinking.
It's Drinking an old fashioned. It's pretty good.
Charlotte's old fashioned.
Charlotte's old fashioned.
Yeah.
These are the best old fashions around this town. To be honest, I've tried every single old fashioned in every single bar in this town. This one is the best,
I can't
hands
tell
down.
if it's true or not true.
Yeah, it's really good, man.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
I
How
think
you open the podcast?
Just like that. We do a fake toast every time.
fake toast.
Yeah, I
Who's got,
pretend.
who's got the best like
Whoever whoever's the most fakest. That's the winner.
Having a good time.
Yeah, well, I used to have to do an intro,
Okay.
and I hated it
Why?
every time. Because you have to be like charismatic.
And it has to
Like,
be the
Welcome
showman
to
for a
Beyond
second.
the Mats, guys.
Oh, that's the official.
Oh,
name.
is that the name?
Yeah.
Beyond the Mats?
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
So now I feel stupid because you guys are like, oh, yeah, I like that name.
No,
that's
good.
nice.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Creative.
It's like to be there, right?
Mm.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Sounds like it. That's cool.
Last time you're on a mat
Last time I was on the mat, this week.
this week.
Yeah, this week.
This week. 2 years, man.
2 years
2
of Matt.
years.
When you gonna come back?
It's a long time.
I don't know. I think like because right here in Clallam, there's like nothing like big for like adults like I want to go out and wrestle. I mean, mat minors. I mean, you do stuff with the minors.
I did. Well, that's just the kids. But they have. I do jiu-jitsu in Ellensburg. Ellensburg Jiu-Jitsu, man, and I go there 3-4 days a week.
3 times a week.
Yeah, you know, I started like almost 2 years ago.
2 years ago. There.
Yeah, and it's pretty good. You know,
Yeah. What's the gym in Ellensburg?
that's Ellensburg Jiu-Jitsu.
Ellensburg Jiu-Jitsu.
So it's in Pine and it's Pine Street, right? A block away after the dollar store.
That's who.
Yeah, man.
What do you do?
Oh wait, nope, you're good. So once I click, is it?
Am I blue?
So you've been talking and nobody like.
No,
Shit.
Incognito.
Oh, we're gonna have to
Incognito.
fix his mic because his mic is facing that way and he's looking this way and talking.
I
There
could
you
go
go,
like.
Ethan. You can just hold it
I could just hold it.
right in front of your mouth.
You can put it like right here, kind of like where everyone else
That
is. Yep, that's
That works. Cool.
That works, I guess.
Easy enough.
That's probably better.
It's picking up really well though.
What, huh?
It's
That's
picking
it?
up really well.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Yeah. the
It's like when
meter's,
you.
doing really well.
Is my meter okay?
I gave up.
Which meter? Which way?
Doesn't matter at a certain age.
My meter was good today. You know, I'm. Yeah, I was trying to go for a ride this weekend here too, because I mean normally I would be trying to go like hit a heavy bag or like do something like that to kind of that's my preferred exercise instead of being like static stuff like that, and that's why I was so excited when this guy came into town. How
That's a
many years
while
ago?
ago.
Like
That's a
2
while
years ago. Like 2
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah, with the ladies down at Sukasa, and that
Yeah.
was like, that was cool. My sister was like business partners with them at one point, so I was like, this is weird, but hey, what's up, guys? This is cool to kind of be walking into their gym and stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think there's a hunger for that here. You know, I don't want to. I mean, I would drive to Ellensburg, but it'd be a lot easier to drive.
To be
Here.
in town, right?
Yeah, something in town. Wrestling mats are expensive though. That's the
Yeah, I think we can get away with those ones I sent you, the puzzle mats.
puzzle mats. Scrappy, but good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All we need is somebody to give us a space and the mats, and that's it.
Yeah.
Have you seen that they are building they are called huge storage unit or whatever. They're right on the end of town. It's like
This town?
yeah. So you go all the way down to First Street past the cottage before you hit Highway 10 on the left side.
Oh, yeah.
They're building very big storage units, and I think you could put mats down there. I really thought, I've been thinking
In a
about it
storage
every
unit?
time that I come back.
It's like big enough for like RVs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like a business park too. Like you could probably do.
maybe not as big as
What you
Team
got?
United, where Team United is, but
Mhm.
probably pretty fair size for
How many
actually for
times?
an RV and stuff.
Comfortably, you want 1,000 square feet
1,000.
for 20 individuals to be training.
Mm.
It's comfortable. It's crowded, but it's comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
20 people. That'd
Is
be
that
pretty.
how big the mat is in Lake Stevens?
yeah,
How many times have you gone to his gym in Lake Stevens?
Plenty, I think, right?
yeah. Well, yeah, you were going for like 6 to 8 months. You were straight. Again, you were going once a month, or were you going twice or once a week?
Twice a week.
Twice a week.
I was
I couldn't
usually twice a
remember.
week.
And you
Whoa,
brought the
man.
boys with you.
Yeah, and it, I only had one girl, and the other one was little, so I had a chance, to go Tuesday and Thursdays, or Monday and Thursdays, something like that.
Do you girls wrestle too?
My 6-year-old just started wrestling.
Yeah?
Yeah, she
Dude,
did. She did pretty good, man. I was pretty impressed. My wife just started doing it.
Your
too.
wife too?
Yeah,
Dude, what?
she just started doing jiu-jitsu, not wrestling, but that's one of the amazing things that my daughter is inspired her to do it, right? Because I told her to start doing jiu-jitsu for a while,
Yeah.
and she wasn't like, nah, it's not for me, and this and that, all this stuff, and then she comes into the wrestling tournament when Romina is, and she sees her daughter getting her ass beat on their matches and losing and getting frustrated and trying to get out of a position and stuff. And she's like, how can I tell her what to do, right? Or comfort her after her round if I'm not there and I'm not doing it and I don't know how she's feeling it,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So
That's cool.
that's why she started. 'Cause
Crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I never thought my wife will try to do jiu-jitsu, and she's on week 4 and she's enjoying it. Last week is the first she came back after training feeling that she wanted to throw up.
Oh,
Like
Ooh,
just
yeah, man.
that effort of physically she got demanded.
yeah.
Right on the mat. So she was like, I just felt that I couldn't, I was
awesome.
gonna pass out, So yeah, man.
Oh man.
The whole
That's so
family
cool.
is in it, and my brother down in Mexico City, my brother does, my sister does jiu-jitsu.
Whoa, dude. How many siblings do you have?
I have 2 siblings, a brother and a sister.
Wow.
Yeah, and my sister just started. She's 40, and she just started. My brother is like 44, and he's still a white belt, But yeah, dude, it's something that has changed our life. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Totally resonate with that. So I have 5 siblings too. My oldest brothers started wrestling, and they're like 15 years older than me. So like as a little kid, I thought it was the coolest thing, and then wrestled like from when I was like 5 years old all the way up into college, and then like wrestling at college was like
Where did you wrestle in college?
at Central Washington University.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
really cool.
But it was like a job, and I did 1 year, and I was like, not for me anymore. I kind of want to go see what else is out there too, and that was probably the last time I was consistently, I think, on a mat. And then, I know, kind of always looked to see where else I could kind of train and dabble or make connections here between here and the west side, or not so much on the east side, other than like, competitions and stuff at like Central. 'Cause they do like huge tournaments on the weekends there for little guys like bantams or peewees and stuff like that as like you get older. But I don't know. I guess I don't know what I would qualify now if I went to go into any sort of like competition, what kind of like bracket or how that would break out here for me now that I'm a little bit older. But
Well,
was fun.
thankfully, right now, I signed up for the Grappling Industries tournament, and they have the Masters bracket, 30 and over,
30 and
and
over.
they have brackets for certain age and certain weights.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to be against that 22-year-old kid that knows what to do, and
Yeah.
that's not what I want. But it's
Yeah.
pretty fun. It's pretty cool, man. Definitely, there's people doing it, and
yeah.
yeah, dude.
So wrestling or rolling, or do you do jiu-jitsu in Ellensburg? And I mean, do they have other programs out there too, like Muay Thai or kickboxing or any?
No, the ones that have Muay Thai, it's Breno Bittercourt. Breno, it's a Brazilian guy. He's a black belt in BJJ. He trained, I think, at Gracie's school, and he's down in Yakima. He has kids program, the women's program, Muay Thai, no gi, gi. Yeah, he does Muay Thai Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think.
I'd want to kick. I love kicking the bag, man. That's like my favorite thing.
So, question is, because you guys live here, I know you're moving, but you live here. You've lived here for a long time, huh?
Yeah, 12 years.
How beneficial would it be to have a MMA, jiu-jitsu, martial arts
Right here,
facility in this town?
dude, right across the street, man. That empty building, you know, that's like, I feel like would be so awesome. It would be. The wrestling program, like here, besides like the mat minors and things like that, it's like it's for little kids though. But
Or the high school team and middle school, but
yeah, but when you get a little bit older, or say you have like women who want to feel more confident and just more like be able to kind of handle any sort of situation they're in or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or even just like youngsters or people who are outside of kind of like that middle school, high school. Oh yeah, there'd be like so many people interested in that, and it's cool. It's good exercise too, man. Like cardio kickboxing and things like that, or whatever, however you market it, and yeah, I think it'd be a cool. Like I feel like there's such a different level of community that comes with like being in a gym.
yeah.
That I think here, that's what would be a pretty cool glue factor for so many different kind of things.
Yeah, I agree. That's that because that's what we have over there, or it's the environment that I wanted to create, that I've created, right? It doesn't, and almost all gyms are like that, depending on some things, right? But I mean, we've got people in there who, young, old, athletic, not athletic at all.
Yeah.
In shape, not in shape. Pick up things quick, don't pick up things very quick at all. Physical limitations, some people with physical disabilities, and then there's the whole gambit of mental stuff, like the anxieties and the depressions and stuff like that some of the students come in with. So, but when I went down to Mexico, I was talking to Gary, and then he said something that resonated with me. He's the most important person on the mat is his training partner. And that's essentially what we do there. That's our thing, our jam, right? And so creating that environment and then having that community, people come in with all of those things, right? And then they know that they're safe. Like it's a safe space. It's a cool space, and they get to make mistakes, get to learn, they get to grow. But they kind of set it aside a little bit, right? When they step on the mat, because then they know like their most important person is that person that they're training with, and keep them safe.
Yeah, I want to keep a happy partner,
Yeah, well, I mean, you hurt your partner, he ain't got nobody to train with.
No.
Yeah.
And if you excel at whatever, and you don't take anybody with you, you're there by yourself. You won't have any competition.
Yeah.
Friendly competition in the gym, right?
Yeah.
That you want. You'll iron sharpens iron. You help build each other, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I like this area, obviously, because I keep coming back over the years. And we've been trying to get something to go here, and I want that to be a thing.
Yeah. Oh, we're in
Roslyn,
Washington. Yeah. Right next to Clallam, and then we're in between.
We're at the Cold Shoot
At the Cold Shoot Cafe.
Cafe. Omar used to work here. Hey guys!
Hey, come on
down. I don't work here now. Come on down.
But it's good. It's good though. It's still good. I think. Yeah, this Clallam Roslyn area, it does needs a gym, martial arts gym. Um, Especially, you mentioned something really important, which is being depression and anxiety and youngsters and stuff that we have seen a couple of suicide cases in the last couple of years. Kids throwing themselves on the train tracks, when maybe if we could have that kid on a mat, figuring out themselves mentally and getting tougher and
Yeah.
stronger, that would happen, right?
Build some
Also, it's pretty cool that I think what having more like that you mentioned that you have on Lake Stevens certain type of people with different ages, different life stages, different body types.
Yeah.
And having that I think it helps to let know adults that you are not very old to try, right? Because the gym that I train, I have my homie Bob. He's probably like 53, 54-year-old guy,
No way.
and he still is running. And he goes and he lives in Kauai, and he goes to Longman Jiu-Jitsu down there, and he does his Jiu-Jitsu things. He comes to Ellensburg, he does Jiu-Jitsu. He's really good. He's still a white belt. But you see the guy, and and that inspire other older people to not have excuses to do it, and that also helps because I think in the young community, if they see you doing it, there is no excuses why not to do it, right? I mentioned that my wife is doing jiu-jitsu right now and stuff, and since my daughter was doing wrestling, there was no excuses for not to try and do it, right? You're not old enough to not to try, that, so. And if the kids see that from you, right, it's just gonna become a normal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important also us as an adults to put out the example of martial arts and how good they are mentally and physically for you. Not just looking for a fitness body, which it gives you a fit body and whatever, but I think the most important thing is here. To go through, get out of your comfort zone and go through what you have to go through without any doubts that you're going to make it.
That's where, but then, get out of your comfort zone because that's where growth is. It's nowhere else. It's in there.
Yeah.
The not comfortable, being uncomfortable, it's where growth is.
Yeah. Builds like mental resilience. I feel like it was hard to think about anything else when someone is trying to strangle you.
It's horrible.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's
right.
You're not thinking about what kind of insurance policy do I have to go fill out here?
Here I was thinking about that. Here's my thought on that, right? So when you first start, you're basically being handed your ass, like here you go.
Yep.
And you think it's at that whatever level of I think I'm dying right now. I think that
it's
I'm
horrible.
very close. Like
Horrible.
I think that's Jesus on the mat over there. I'm pretty sure that's him, right?
Dude.
But then as you get better and better, I think that we come to realize that it wasn't really that bad.
Yeah.
When you're going with somebody who's experienced, at least 3 to 5 years experienced into it, because when you're grappling with those guys and you're just starting out,
a little more controlled.
They're controlled. And you're just getting pillar to post, right? But then if you look back on it, it's really actually wasn't that bad because what they could have done was
could have killed you. You could have dead. That's it. Bury at the Roslyn Cemetery.
So I think that gets a lot of people, it shies a lot of people away from it, is because nobody wants to get choked or punched in the face and stuff, but I think it's necessary.
Gotta conquer your inner bitch sometimes,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
It's necessary.
Like how are you gonna get out of a tough situation, right? It's just gonna be like, oh no, I'm not gonna do it. That's not how it works.
No one's gonna come to the rescue.
And there is gonna be times that it's gonna suck, right? Because last week or the week before, it was the week before last week. It was a horrible week for jiu-jitsu, man. I got choked, I got triangle, I got armbar. Like I was everybody's doll, dude. Just make me, feel that I suck.
You kept going though.
I've been there almost for 2 years and I still suck. Like, and
That's good though.
that's a reality check, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people needs that.
I think,
Right.
but we're all fathers here too. And if that was
Yeah.
happening, like, I mean, life is tough too. Sometimes it feels like it wants to choke us out,
dude.
but we keep going. You know, I think that.
And as long as you have your hand here, dude. That's my brother always tells me. Life can choke you, but if as long as you have your hand here, you know, you're fine.
You got a fighting chance.
Yeah,
There's hope.
you got a
Yeah.
fighting
There's
chance.
definitely hope.
Because
Yeah,
I've been
dude.
choked with my hand there.
Yeah.
I put my hand there. I should. I'm still tapping.
Yeah.
So when did you leave Mexico City?
2015.
Whoa. Did you have family up here in Washington before? Or
No.
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 See, life could have strangled you, but you persevered.
dude.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, it was, yeah. It was different. It was different. Language barriers and stuff.
Did you go anywhere before or straight to Washington?
San Diego.
Mm.
I met my wife in San Diego. I was on vacations, man. I didn't even want it to be here. I was on vacations, crossed the border, went to a bar, met my wife, and I stayed. Fuck.
Wow.
Oh.
Things that escalated.
And
Yeah,
here we are
everything
now.
escalated pretty quick.
Very
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
So is your wife?
And you know, so and my wife is born and raised in Seattle, in Ballard, and but she was, you know, working in San Diego and living the beach life and blah blah blah.
Did you
Of
have
course.
a mohawk still when you met her?
Oh yeah, I have
Yeah.
my mohawk since I'm like 16 or something like that.
Dang,
Yeah. all
Yeah.
the
See, I
time.
wish I could keep the
It's
mohawk.
a way of life, bro. And so yeah, so I met her there, and she knew I was cool. So
Because the mohawk.
She knew I was cool.
and yeah, so then from San Diego we moved to Washington for her to do the massage school and whatever.
Mm.
Then her dad offered her a job on her boat in Hawaii, so we moved to Hawaii.
Mm.
We spent there 2 years. Then we got back here to do my paperwork and stuff. Yeah, I've been here for about 5 years.
5 years now?
Yeah, here in the Cleveland area, almost
Wow.
5 years. Yeah, man.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, and it's, you know, and it's different, dude. It definitely. I don't say that nobody can like make it over here, but it's definitely something that you have to go through a lot of emotions and
Yeah.
a lot of, you know, language, like I said, language barriers, different places, different manners, cultures.
Yeah.
You know, and
So I'm third generation. So my abuela was born in Mexico City, moved to Tempe. That's where she met my grandfather. And then my mother was born in Arizona, still speaks Spanish. But then she had me here in Washington, and technically we're Chicano because it's like first generation, like not, you don't speak it at all.
yeah,
So I'm like, okay. But we would speak Spanish with my grandmother, but when she passed away, kind of like no really reason to use it anymore. So it's like gone, like in my head. He's like way over here. And then
Yeah.
when I get a chance to kind of exercise it, it's like I bring him back and, you know, get to kind of have, it's like two people in my head. You know, I'm not crazy, I don't think, but
yeah.
yeah, it's
But honestly, sometimes it feels like there's two people in your head, bro.
yeah.
Really, because there's a guy that's speaking English here, and there's this guy in Spanish that's telling me shit. You know, it's like it feels weird sometimes, dude. But you know, sometimes my thoughts are in English, and I'm like, why am I thinking in English? You know, and my Mexican guy comes back and tells me, no, stop doing that. You know, it's
Okay, I know
so
what you
like
mean.
that. Yeah.
That's good though. I mean, that's good.
And you know, I'm trying to teach my kids to speak Spanish. You know, because I don't really want to lose it. It's a beautiful language. You know, so
yeah.
yeah.
You know, my wife's family lives in Wenatchee, and they like her family comes from like apple orchards. So I make
That's
jokes.
huge
There,
business.
like I'll go work for you. You know, I'll go work out picking
Yeah.
apples here or something. But
Do some Mexican shit.
yeah. It's, there's plenty of it there too, and
Yeah, dude.
I think it's important to know. So your kids are half Mexican. Yeah.
Well, two of them are born and raised in Mexico City.
Whoa.
They come over here, you know, and they stay 3 months at a time. My 12-year-old is coming to Hawaii to live with us full time.
Wow.
So, yeah, man,
That's crazy.
they're gonna enjoy that shit. But they're down there right now.
You're gonna get a Polynesian tattoo while you're in Hawaii. You know. Yeah.
I'm not Polynesian. No, I'm not doing that. Let's not get into that topic. Because I've seen so many that they have that, and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm one of them too, you know? I know.
man, I didn't mean to though.
Racially ambiguous, you know?
Cheers to that one, man.
Oh my
Dude,
God, you guys. You guys.
Good.
Yeah, I know. Growing up, it's like, we were like Seattle, and it was, I don't know, all I knew, and I'm thinking like, hey, city's the best. I want to stay there. I trained in like Woodinville areas, kind of over there, and stuff like that. And then coming out here, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go back to the city one day. You know, like I'm gonna go out to school in the country, you know, sharpen myself, and then go back to the city. And then I don't know. I think it was like my third year out here. And I'm like, I don't want to go back. You know, I don't know what I was thinking. My eyes were just like, I was blind to what was out here. Don't get me wrong. It's an adjustment for sure.
Yeah, that's changing. Right?
Yeah, like opportunities. I mean, Cincadia is the biggest thing out here, other than like inland networks and stuff like that, or working in restaurant or service industry and things like that. So it's like, you know, the tech jobs and stuff like that are a little bit more harder to come by, or you have to be able to kind of like commute. But I feel like we're in a commutable distance to kind of everything around us, and as long as you don't miss going to like Target and Costco and stuff like that all the time, then it's like perfect. You have everything you need.
Which is actually perfect. You know?
I want to be on this side of the mountains when the world ends. You know, that's what I want to be. I want to be over here versus being over there. When I'm on that side of the mountains, I feel like a perpetual doom, like all the time. You know.
Have you been out on Old Blewett Pass? You should go before you leave the state.
Old Blewett?
Yeah.
I've seen it on the highway, but I haven't been on it.
So, you know, like when you hit up 97, on the left-hand side, there's the remnants of an old house, but it's just the chimney, the fireplace of the house. So it's the entire fireplace and then the chimney up, right? So there's a road there. You take that left, it's a Y, you take the right, and you just follow it up. And so it comes out in Leavenworth. In the middle of that area, out in the middle of nowhere, there are 2 cabins. So it's like down a valley and up on the other side of the mountain. There's 2 cabins out there, and they're like Suncadia cabins.
What? Way the heck out there? Just
Way
That's
out
not a
there.
cabin. That's not
Way
a
out there.
cabin.
There's 2 of them, and there's a like one of those Forest Service road gates there. So obviously that's the road that goes to the cabins. That's where I want to be.
out there.
Oh my God.
Snowmobile into it in the wintertime.
And honestly, when I came to the United States, I was aiming to Alaska.
You were gonna go to Alaska?
Yeah.
Why Alaska?
Because I love seafood, right? That's my thing. So I wanted to see where the product came from and shit. You know what I mean?
Mexico.
I know, dude, but you know, going like fishing, like I wanted to do crab and shit. You know, all this fancy
You
stuff.
can make homemade ceviche and everything.
Right.
Do they have fancy stuff up in Alaska?
I don't know.
Like
I wanted to go to see.
I feel like Alaska's opposite of anything fancy.
Would you
Yeah,
rather?
no, I
be-
wasn't going for the fancy stuff. I was going to get into a boat and try to fish like king crab and shit. That's what I wanted to do. But then I
What
met
time
my
is
wife.
it? It's 4:50. So it's almost 5. Okay. 5 minutes for what? Oh, I thought they're at 6. No, theirs is at 5. Oh. Did not know that. All right.
I know. I thought the same thing. And I looked at your text.
Yeah.
You said 17:45. That's
5:45.
no work. Just letting you know.
We can adjust.
So 5 minutes.
This is just like, you know,
We can
rolling.
do
You
it.
gotta
We can do it
adjust.
in my
Gotta
yard.
Adapt and overcome. We can go.
We can do it in my yard.
We can go anywhere.
We
We
could go to
have.
the distillery. We could go.
There, have you been
What
to
We could go to.
Upside Down Winery?
We can go anywhere. With the kids. That's all I got.
Yeah, we can go to distillery. There's Logan's. Also.
Yeah, let's pay.
There's Logan's.
Pick it up over
Yeah,
there.
we can go there.
Logan's is good. They have a patio and shit.
Sure. Let's do whatever's.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So we have
We'll be right back.
Do the we'll be right back part again.
We'll be right back part again.
But we gotta be charismatic.
You guys, cocaine and hookers, right? Let's go.
Now you know why we're friends.
Type of fuel that is going to be good for your body, and you start peeing or shitting whatever bad cells or cancer cells
That's in you already.
have in you. Yeah. So it's kind of like a way to clean your body for 2 days. You know, you don't really shit. I mean, if you eat on Sunday, you drink coffee in the morning, yeah, you take a shit. Right? Yeah. So Monday morning shit, but after that, you just don't. Like your body keeps in a just pee and you're hungry. And you're fasting with water, right?
Okay.
You drink water. But
What
you're
about
hungry,
coffee?
you drink
Coffee or
water.
no?
Yeah, coffee in the morning. They say that coffee, helps out to keep the energy levels high, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but also you don't want to get yourself into like a lot of fucking caffeine. So it's like the resting in this period is good, which I started doing it because since I'm not really working at night in the kitchens, my body it's not demanding how much energy to work. So I was like, yeah, let's check it out. It hasn't been that bad, to be honest.
Was it easier the second day or the first day?
I'm doing it Monday, Tuesday.
Are you starting Monday and Tuesday?
I did. I started 2 weeks ago, Monday and Tuesday. And it's, Monday, Tuesday, I go 48 hours, just nothing.
And then so when you eat, how big do you eat? And then do you do it again? Or do you like...
I start not very slowly, but small portions, right? Instead I have a cup of huge bottles of chili, I have a cup. Little by little, eating, controlling more, especially what you eat. Not a lot of bread, not a lot of alcohol or sugar and shit like that.
Bam.
Yeah,
My wife started making sourdough, so I'm like, oh no.
my wife started making bread too, but
Yeah.
but honestly, I'd rather have the bread that I know we don't have good flour in the United States, but I'd rather have the bread that my wife makes because I really know where it came from. Instead of grabbing a bag or whatever supermarket, and they have these ingredients.
What's your favorite Mexican food?
I am a fan of seafood, so I would
Seafood?
chile.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, spicy Mexican food.
Spicy Mexican food?
That's my shit. Seafood, lengua tacos.
Oh, yeah, dude. Now you know.
So, so
I used to be a landscaper, and I was like, I remember just doing like buckets of rocks, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go back to college, And we had people from Mexico, and we had people from Brazil, and they were both like, everybody was undocumented, and I get out, and I'm 17, and they say, hey, when you jump out, like you say, la migra. I'm like, what do you mean? I didn't know what them. As a kid, I didn't know what that means. I get to this job site. I see people, grown men, drop their rakes and just like, and you just see people bust out laughing, man. And it was great. It was a good time, but that's the first time I had lengua tacos. And, but quesadilla, that's mine.
I just made beer tacos. I did 3 pounds of chuck, an oxtail, and then 3 short ribs. I browned them,
good job,
right?
dude.
Right.
Yeah.
So I browned them, set them off to the side, and then I did onion, and then tomato paste, then garlic. So that was ready. Then I put that back in, put the stock in, and then I a bunch of seasonings in a cheesecloth, and then I cooked it for like an hour. Then I took the peppers out. There was 3 kinds, I can't remember them, but I took the peppers out and then blended them, poured them back in there, and it simmered for another hour and a half. It was very good. Oh my god, it's very good.
How long it took you to do the whole thing?
Probably like 4-ish, 5-ish hours. The whole thing. Yeah, there's a lot of prep, and it doesn't produce a lot of beef in the end. So like I finished off, so the 3 pounds and the oxtail and the 3 short ribs, I finished that off. myself in a night. It doesn't. It's
No,
not a
yeah,
lot.
3 pounds is not that much.
No, it reduces
No,
down.
it turns out in about a pound and a half, almost 2 pounds.
Have you guys ever bought like half or a quarter of a cow and like used it?
When I was a kid,
You're a kid.
I didn't buy it. My mom did.
Mom did?
Yeah, she
Or
had
when
3
I was a
boys.
kid and my grandpa used to go and
Yeah,
We're trying to do that this year.
you should.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be way better. Just like, I also want to get into hunting really bad.
I got a
Man, I
student.
wanted to do that.
I got a student that has a farm. He raises pork.
Pork? Dude.
Yeah, it's right. It's in the same county. It's right. Actually, his farm's right down the road from the gym.
I would be interested. Because our church is just right across the street up here too, and
Yeah.
we get to meet people who raise pigs. And we went to like go have dinner with them this last week. I asked him like, "Oh, your pig, like how old is he?" He was like, "He's a year. He shouldn't be living this long." I'm like, what? No way. I'm like, you're gonna kill like these little. Yeah, they just do it fast. They raise them to like I think 9 months to a year is like the prime time to kind of
Production, dude. It's crazy,
Good.
right? And that's one of the things of I don't know about eating healthy and all that stuff, dude. I think that's one of the things that we have to look on. All the production that this company is doing and all the fast production that they're making, right? Like trying to speed up
Yeah.
the natural cycle of life.
Yeah, the quality of that animal's life is turned to shit because it's not a life anymore. It's a product, right? And that's what our food is. Our food isn't food. You're going to the store, you're buying a product or whatever commercial they have on the TV is. They're selling you a product. You're not selling you a life-sustaining thing that you require to fuel your body. And that's just shitty, right? Like that.
Yeah.
especially as you get older, I feel like you're more sensitive to like things you put into your body too.
Yeah.
So where we were at too in Ducktown, so that where Charlotte's place is at is Ducktown, and they call it that Ducktown because back between 1860 and 1890, that was primarily for like poultry, turkeys, ducks, chickens. There's a pig farm back there too.
That's why there is a meat store.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Carter,
Carrots.
Are they still there?
Yeah, dude, have you
I was
ever
gonna
been
go
never
there
been
one
there.
day.
Yeah.
Fuck, never been there.
We
Dude,
should go there. You know what we should do? We should go there and then get some beef and then cook it
they have a good beef jerky. too.
before you leave.
Let's plan it, dude. I'm gonna be alone for like a week on the 11th and shit.
May?
May. My wife is going to Arizona from the 11th to the 18th.
Oh, Santos has a fight that day. 11 May.
We don't have to do it on the 11th, so I'm gonna be by myself the whole week. Just pick it in during the week and you'll do it.
Maybe
Do you take all the whole family with you when you go over there? Or
Where?
to like Lake Stevens or anything like that? Do you
Sometimes I do. Yeah. Like my wife, it's been there a couple of times with my little girl, but my little girl's not that much.
Yeah.
Because the more kids you have, the easier you get. The more healthy wise she needs and shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I know. I mean, I did 3 motorcycle races this year so far. I want to do more, but like I'm realizing too, like it's my wife. Can't just leave wife, I have to do that too.
Yeah, same as me. Sometimes I want to do some tournaments and stuff, and I just can't because we have these from school, or my wife has these, or the family thing. There is priorities that you have to take care of. Yeah, but sometimes you gotta put aside what you really want to do just to get the family.
Yeah, part of you has to like die a little bit in order to kind of for the betterment of everything else.
Yeah, I don't feel that it has to die. Like actually die. I feel that it's just the fact that your life, you have to adapt your life to what you want to do. If you really want to do something, you can adapt yourself to do it. There could be a lot of excuses in it to do it, right? And that's where we all fail, right? For myself, I feel that I'm failing more in my dieting thing because I have a lot of excuses to not follow my diet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So but for example, when I really wanted to do jiu-jitsu and get better at it and be start, I love coaching, so I that want to coach
You
jiu-jitsu.
coach at high school too, right?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah. So I wanted to coach and stuff. Is when I started taking jiu-jitsu more seriously. But then there wasn't excuses to not to go to class and learn.
Yeah.
You know, so
It's a good.
I think you can always do anything you want, unless you have excuses to not do it. You know, it happened to me. You know,
You make it work.
and I still having some excuses to be like, no, I can start doing it and show. But the next day, still waking up in the morning and be like, fuck, I could have done it yesterday. I could have started yesterday. But no, that my goddamn brain didn't let me do it.
Yeah.
Further.
Yeah. I was telling Chris yesterday, so I do a men's group here too at Pioneer Coffee on Friday. I think I've seen you a couple times Friday mornings coming through to Pioneer Coffee. And I meet there with a bunch of men here too, and it's like that discipline to kind of better yourself, but also surround yourself with people who are like-minded that will hold you accountable and kind of push you toward a common goal. Say you're chasing your dreams, things that you want to do, like whether it is going to a tournament or to a motorcycle race or whatever. There's like I think a reasonable pursuit of it versus hey, I'm prioritizing this above everything else. I think it's important to kind of have that community around you to kind of keep you on the right path instead of doing that, dropping your responsibilities and just making that what you're all about. And I think we talked about the gym, especially being. Having that gym community, I think, whenever at Cold Shoot. I think that's another thing even young kids, adults, everybody at different seasons of life is all hungry for it. And another reason why something like that, I think, would prosper over here too. And that's why my hope is that his gym would open up at my church over here too, so that we can get kind of more of that community and have one big community that will kind of be in all different aspects for whatever it is you're trying to pursue.
But I think anywhere around this town, either call it Ronald, Roslyn, or Cleveland, I think a gym in between these three towns will be amazing for any purposes that you're talking about.
Even for law enforcement.
I was really curious. I think last time that I saw him. I've trained with law enforcement from Ellensbury. Being a 2-stripe white belt, I could tap the sheriff. And that's
their livelihood,
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
If shit comes out, I have to call the cops. How do you know that they're ready?
I got a good story.
Can I use the restroom? Thank you. No breaks. We're here 24 hours straight here with Chris Garcia from Team United MMA. Thank you, Chris, for coming in tonight. How are you? Tell us everything about you. Tell us about your story of fighting history and all your adventures around China and all the Middle East and the United States, Mexico, and what you have done in your career.
I saw the Great Wall of China.
Really?
No, actually I didn't. We were very close. Yeah, I got you going.
Yeah, me going. I was like,
wow.
No.
Cheers over
I
there.
want to know.
Are there freaking statues there like they say?
No, I think it was Beijing. Yes, I think. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was Beijing.
That's gotta be life changing though, man. Going
But
from
we were close, very close to the wall. But I mean, when they fly you in the week before to acclimate and then do the whatevers for the fights, cut weight, and then you fight. Legitimately, they fly you out the next day after the fight.
get out of here.
Yeah, we're
done
done with you.
Yeah.
So we only had that night to do whatever, and we were drinking, and we were out walking around. I don't even know where we were, but we were in China, and there was this huge barrier wall, and I was like, there you go. There's our Great Wall of China. And we took a picture next to it, and that was it. We were drinking beers and living it up. That was our Great Wall of China. So no, I didn't get to see the actual one, but I did see a wall. Maybe
In
not,
China.
not so
In
great, but
Seoul.
it was in
great.
China.
It was a great.
It was
big one.
tall. It was
Yeah.
like 12 feet tall.
12 feet tall, man. Like,
It's tall.
Sounds like our wall. I mean,
yeah, right? You know, I'm like, if the Chinese can do it here, why can't we do it in Texas?
Are we still
you know?
recording?
the funny thing is that they're kind of some of them are endorsing it now.
Dude, it's kind of crazy to me to see how like unsecure our borders are right now. Like, I mean, politics aside and stuff too, but I think you should know who's coming into it.
It's not that it's the word we should throw in there is now. It's been not secure for quite some time.
Oh yeah, since the beginning, right?
Yeah. It's funny that he just gets here and he already knows what
Yeah,
we're
let's
talking. It's not. It
he already
hasn't
knew.
been secured for years. He scrolled. Oh, you talking about the border?
Yeah, he was like,
Everybody knows. Everybody fucking.
he's in the restroom going.
You know that island.
The border.
You know the island off New Zealand, I think it is, the Sentinel Island, where nobody's allowed to go. Oh, it's in India or some shit.
Sentinel.
Sentinel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The uncontacted
They
side.
know that our border is not secure. That's everybody knows.
Yeah, I know. That's how they know. They're like
Everybody.
Yes.
Which a Christian paid like a few years ago, or a couple of like 6 years ago.
he got
to
off.
some
He's dead.
yeah
He died.
yeah he died.
He's
Based on
yeah.
based on
The
parents.
missionary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
Christian.
My buddy, Christian says they're crazy. No, I don't know.
Don't put that on the internet. They'll do a crusade against us.
I mean, yeah.
Oh my god, you're so bad.
I know. I try not to be. Not really.
It's just it's espresso martini.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
Is it like dangerous good? Like, be careful because you can drink a lot, not
Yeah.
know.
It's kind
And be jacked up and then
Then
drunk
you-
all of a sudden.
Yeah, you
It's
stand up and
it's
then
a
you're
really good
Yeah.
latte.
You're like, oh, I feel it in my veins.
I'm not shaking at all.
I'm fine. I need another one.
Do you remember the Four Loko? Like,
Oh, that
that happened here. It said
that your buddy said that he was going to catch you
Why
on the left today.
Yeah. These guys were
I was
just
like,
looking
they
at
make
Four
those?
Locos. I'm like, no.
Still.
they still make them, man. Like,
Yeah.
They were. He told me that they said it at the Warriors station.
Ah, dude, just
Four Loco. No, I rather not to try it out.
no. Apparently, like the school I went to was the big thing that like changed why the active ingredient, caffeine and alcohol was like no good anymore. They had like a big old party.
It was like an up or downer thing. Right?
Yeah. And Central has a really big like wakeboard like team. You never expect that to be like at their Central Washington University, but they had their own house and everything, like way back out, like 30-acre like property, and they had some crazy parties. Yeah.
Is this one the one that went to CNN?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
Yes.
exactly it.
My wife was just talking about it on the garage show because I have my homie Steve. He's a white guy.
Yeah.
He likes that type of local whatever he is.
Yeah.
It's weird.
He likes the local.
He likes it local, he makes it feel authentic and some shit. No, but he told me about it. It's like, no, man, I'm good, dude.
So your parents Mexican too? Are you full or half or mixed?
Full.
Full.
So my dad's side is from Texas, before Texas was Texas. And then my mom, she actually just told me. I can't remember because I can't remember anything. But she just told me, she told Brooklyn. I was there. It's probably why I didn't remember. But anyway, she told where, I can't remember. It's like northern Mexico.
Mexico and Michoacan or something.
Yeah. Anyways, that's where, I swear though, it's like northern, middle, close to California-ish, because that's where her family's from. I could probably ask her. I'll send her a text.
Different variants of Mexican.
Yeah,
Very different
I
variants.
just can't remember.
But like I feel like people have been moving from like down south up north for like thousands of years. Though.
Oh, it's switching. It's weird. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So there's all these towns, like Todos is one, San Jose is one. Pretty much the gambit of Baja. And then there's a bunch of places in the mainland where Europeans, Americans, and Canadians are expating. They're moving because I think that Mexico is going to be the next biggest economic superpower.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I see it right now with like my work and stuff right now.
Yeah, so there's a lot of Americans, Europeans, and Canadians that are moving down there, buying land and all of whatever and stuff.
There's a lot of investment down there, man.
Yeah.
It's almost unfair for everybody else. Like, I feel like it's a blessing to be Mexican, you know? I mean, like, I feel like I have a leg up on my other, like, colleagues or people that I go to, like, do life with. I think, one, I have an element of adversity that, like, either my parents, my grandparents, or myself had to overcome in order to kind of kind of put me onto this path. But also, like, you know, in the kind of whitewash kind of culture we are, like, with affirmative action and things like this, different policies, like, anytime I put on a job application, hey, I'm Hispanic, like, I feel like that sets me up differently than if I was, like, you know, check that, I'm a white person, I'm not going up this job application and things like that. But
Junior, where's your family from?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where that's at.
Why are you brown?
What is that called?
racially ambiguous?
No.
Melanin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of melanin. No, my family is from Guam.
Guam.
Yeah, Pacific
Nice.
Islands. My dad's side drives back to Portugal and Okinawa. So, yeah, like my dad's real dad is like half Okinawan, and then our last name is derived from Portuguese. So, during the 1500s, the Spanish conquering, Spanish fucking everything up. Let's just put it that way. They conquered a lot of the Pacific Islands in the early 1500s. So you'll see my last name in the Philippines, Guam, throughout the Mariana Islands. So, but we're Guamanian. However, they tracked a lot of our history to like the Asias. However, our language called Chamorro is actually a middle name in Peru. So we're one of like the deadest cultures in the world because they don't know exactly, or at least back then in the 90s, they didn't know where we originated from.
Whoa.
So I don't really know where Guam, but our ancestors, we have no fucking idea. So we're Guam. Yeah. Like you
Citizen
can
of the
track
world.
yours like to Mexico, right? Like your lineage to Mexico, you can track yours to Mexico, you can track yours to Ireland. I don't fucking know, right? It's hard to track where we were because there was no written there was no written history really. So if you pull my DNA, it's probably gonna be all over the place.
That'd be cool to see your
That's
ancestors.
very interesting, dude, because, you know, I don't know, so, did Spain colonize Guam also?
Yep.
Because I know that Philippines, I mean, I used to have a neighbor in Hawaii, he's Filipino, his name is Felix, and there's a lot of Filipino words that relate to the Spanish,
Spanish,
and
yeah.
just like it, right?
Like ours.
That's
So like
interesting.
uno, dos, tres,
Yeah.
escuela, estudiante, or like basura, all that shit. Same thing. There is a mixture. So like our native language, there is some track of it, but that's from really tradition moving through the families. And there is some written, but yeah, to be honest with you, we're a mixture of Spanish and I would assume.
Do another one?
How crazy do you want this podcast to be?
Do another round. Please, thank you.
How much caffeine these has? No, how much caffeine? It's like
shots? Or no, one shot.
one shot per drink.
He's gonna be up for 7 days.
Ah!
Yeah, he's like, I just can't sleep this head.
His face is gonna shake.
Yeah. So, but a lot of Spanish. A lot of Spanish in our blood. So yeah, it goes back, but really Guam is where, as far as I can tell. We're talking about like ancestors. Yeah, you're even thinking Spain, Portugal, Asia, and Japan. That's kind of where I would say.
Ancestry.com is pretty freaking cool, I will say.
Ancestry.com?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what is that other one? The one where you take the DNA?
23andMe.
Yeah. So my wife's brother took that, and his shit was funny. His shit was funny. Like he's supposed to be Romanian, German, and black, right? Because his dad's black and German. His mom is Romanian. Like that dude had like Italian and all different types of shit. I looked at my wife. I was like, I want to know what the fuck your DNA is. She looks like a white girl with like fucking black person. Fucking nap.
Believe it or not, I'm a quarter black.
But it was just.
I don't think you would say that on the camera.
Was it a mouth fix?
No. The other word, I can't say it because.
Nap.
Yeah. Isn't that bad?
I'm married to one.
I'm telling.
Okay.
He said, that means you're not supposed to say
Nap
that.
means like go
No,
to sleep
I'm
for
telling.
like a couple
I'm
hours.
telling.
You know,
You're going to get in trouble. You fucking
I have this might be in just the archive of
never seen
one day
the
you're
light
gonna
of
get
day.
drunk and be like, I want to watch that.
Yeah.
Now there's gonna be clips of this
Hey.
into the podcast, but
What, reels.
yeah,
Shorts.
it's gonna be shorts. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
there's some real good shit going on. Right
You got anything?
like,
Didn't you have questions?
yeah, okay. So you guys been around here for a while. I've been listening to your story. You're a fucking nomad. So in a small town
I
like
said
this,
that, like, negatively.
You know,
You
my
choking
yeah,
my
I
conscience.
built.
See how he's pointing?
I
He's
did
like,
I signed up a football team back in like 2000 some shit when I moved over here.
Dude,
wait,
that's-
Google what?
It's called soccer.
Okay, it wasn't soccer, fool.
It's football.
It's real football, man.
Okay. Oh,
You guys
shit.
always confuse that shit, dog.
I don't.
I suck to play soccer, bro.
Okay, so we struck a chord.
Okay, so you guys being in a smaller community, how long have you been in Roslyn?
12 years.
Okay, so smaller community.
Like 5.
You've been here for 5.
Does visiting count? Because I've been visiting for about.
Where the fuck have you not?
I live in
Everywhere
Kauai.
I go with this guy, they're like, "Yeah, here, free, do it. Oh, great to see you, amazing." And you're just like, "Yeah, I know him."
That's not-
Hey, did you?
No.
What did you fucking
Not
know?
everywhere. And we don't go everywhere anyway.
LJ's.
I live in the town. And I'm friends with
No,
Lindsay.
the website.
Lindsay's
doesn't
my
say-
friend. Lindsay's my friend.
But the website says you were raised in another place. You said it on your website.
Mexico way, Mexico, Jesus, Mexican way.
No, so being
Not there.
okay, so yeah, maybe even visiting because visiting small towns. So anyway, when we get there, you ask me if I know the call.
I want to sidetrack you.
Oh, so being in a small town, no martial arts presence. I mean wrestling, school, right? Obviously, but no community type of martial arts. My question is how impactful do you think that would be for a place to have that? Like, cause who did the wrestling? You?
Yep.
You having that versus not having that. At one point, did you have both, not having it and having it? What has it done? Like, there's communities that don't have it at all, ever. It's, some kids just either watch it on TV or some kids may not even freaking know. The impact of, because we talk about like the grit, right? Well, go youth-wise, bring that to youth adversity. One thing I realized is that I was talking to Chris about this. Ever since I started at the gym, I'm hurt. I'm always hurt. Fucking elbows hurt. Fucking rib hurts.
Hurt on the inside.
My hip. Yeah, he makes me hurt on the inside with his words. But like adversity, you tend to get used to those things. You tend to get used to that, and especially nowadays, smaller towns or newer generations, when they're actually smaller towns are more exposed to social media now, right? Like how impactful do you think it would be for a small town that doesn't have it for the youth? Like,
So
Your opinion.
I think
I don't know if that's a good question. Is that a good question?
You're listening to question.
I don't know. There's too much going on.
Chris asked
I'm
that
trying
question.
to stick
Question.
with the
he was
question.
asking the impact that opening jiu-jitsu or martial arts gym will have in a small community
That's
that
never had it before.
I know Roslyn and Cleveland that never had it before.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, because you guys you guys been around here for a while, right?
I feel like we have like one end of the spectrum, super liberal, like hippie, like, hey, I'm gonna stay in my like yurt, versus you have like people who are like super white conservative. Hey, there's a
Don't
couple,
tread on me.
yeah, couple like,
No rugrats.
yeah, in between. And you know, here I think like one, it's an outlet for one emotion, for you get to kind of like have a controlled space where you are exposed to adversity and able to kind of like sharpen yourself more mentally and prepare yourself for those more adverse situations. Because you know, hardest thing that's ever happened to you is the hardest thing that's ever happened to you until you know, someone's trying to strangle the life out of you. Or like kind of the opposite of that is like you know, just a deeper sense of community that you have like by essentially going to war with people. Like, you know, if you want to really know somebody, fight them, or another F word, and then you know that. Yeah. So I think the fighting aspect, you get to
There you go, Junior.
you get to
Just ask me a question.
Safe
Oh,
space.
yes.
But-
Fuck yeah, dude.
I think like there'd be people who are kind of like, oh, tense to like, what's going on here? Like, change. No, there's a bunch of brown people here now. Like, what's going on? And then the opposite would be like, hey, this is so welcome. We need this. Like, our children need this. Like, you know, I want my children to experience this. They're that much more prepared for when they're a little bit older, things like that. So, I don't know. I think it'd be really, really received well, and especially like the community, small businesses like Base Camp where we're at, or like Charlotte, where at Coal Chute, or even just like people who are all spread out would be totally for that. And like Chris and I in the wintertime went and talked to a handful of places here just to kind of like, you know, really socialize and spread the message here too. And everybody was like, we needed this for such a long time, because there's so many women here too that like want that, so they can feel empowered to kind of like, yeah, you know, there's a sketchy situation I'm ever in with my children, I know exactly how to handle that type of thing. And you know, that's what I want for my wife or for my daughter, for them too. So like, I feel like there'd be a lot of that here too. And between Kittitas County and King County, Snohomish County, like there's like you think about little hubs where that kind of like community really puts or really develops like resources to go out and make an impact in the community too, you know. So like, not only that, like if we, you know, get local law enforcement involved, or like you guys already have you have law enforcement involved where you're at here too, but like I think it'd be like a generational thing here that would kind of be impactful here. But yeah, this is kind of my thinking. I really want it to happen, so.
He looks at the camera. He's like, "Make it happen. Donate.
Yes.
Subscribe below."
Yeah.
Yeah.
$700. We could start a gym, you know.
Wait, $700?
I mean, this guy like.
Wait, that's how much you need total?
No. What we need is mats, which we found some. That'll work for now. So we need mats, and we just need a space. That's all we need. We need somebody to donate a space that'll let us come and train, because I can give them my time. We haven't decided if it's going to be every weekend, once a month, twice a month. You know, I have a schedule. I have other things. But all I want is my fuel and my lodging to be paid for. You know, so I don't have to come out of pocket for that. But I want to come over and I want to start this. I want to
So you
build
got to
this
get a Kia Soul.
Huh?
That big machine
What?
you got out there?
What
No
do you
one's
say?
gonna donate
Yeah,
for
he's
your
not gonna
gas.
say it.
You shut your mouth.
It's you got
You shut your
a
face
tank out
holes.
there.
It's
It's
not
like-
a tank.
It's like 0.5 miles per
Hey,
gallon.
look, it took me a long time. I love my truck. I don't appreciate this. You're hurting my feelings inside my heart.
You know what you should get? That little moped that Dumb and Dumber. went
Yes.
with. You need to get that.
What did you say? You get 60
Yeah.
miles to the gallon
Hell
this hog.
yeah. I donate that right now. You give me $40? There you go.
You'd be here. I think it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of like the timing here for it too.
I think it's just find a place, get some mats. I'll make the trip. I'll come over, and we'll make it happen.
I want to kick somebody. You know? That's what I want to do.
Okay, well that's aggressive.
We got kids, right?
I got kids, yeah.
Just put a pillow in front of them. They won't bruise.
couple pillows.
Couple, gotta be, yeah, a couple.
Couple
Well,
pillows.
probably a couple pillows for you. For me, like, maybe just add a couple extra socks. They'll be enough.
I use rear naked chokes to put my kids to sleep.
Like, Dad, I'm having a hard time going to sleep. Like,
No,
I
you.
gotcha. Yeah.
Bedtime.
Go to sleep.
bedtime.
Just whisper, let it happen. Just let it happen.
You're just gonna feel slightly dizzy towards the end.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But I think it's important that you said also for the diversity of the town, right? Because I feel if we have a community that can do martial arts, there is a lot of diversity in this town,
Yeah.
so they get to know each other,
Yeah.
right? Like he said, it's like you want to really know someone, fight them, you know,
Yes.
and get on the mat with them and make them get out of their comfort zone, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's the best way to know someone, man. You know, get out of the comfort zone and see their reaction, because that's where the feelings and everything come out, and that's a real human right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stressful situation is what it makes you.
Yeah, I have a student. Well, he's not.
Cheers! Ah!
Oh my god, that's really good.
Oh my god!
So
Yeah,
that-
this has been
I'm
such
gonna
a
make
great
that
time.
right in the beginning.
Just
Riveting. They're like, oh, fuck it, let's go. And then swoop right out to you. And then now, if I
That's
can get
awesome.
a few more of those,
It's a caffeine, bro.
he can't. Yeah.
it's
Great.
great.
It's great, man.
I have an old student. He's a fighter. His name is Brandon, and he has different political views than I. But I massively respect him, and he's a good man. He's not a kid. They're all younger than me. Anyways, but that's what you find in the gyms. Usually, is you find all the walks of life. Right? Conservative, not conservative, left, right, Christian, Muslim. They're just, but like when you're training, it doesn't really matter. You're just training, and all that stuff goes to the wayside while you're training.
Yeah.
And you're just developing each other with each other, and
You're all trying to figure it out, you know?
it just it gives you it gives you that however long you're there for, right? It gives you that couple of hours to just set all that shit aside, and it doesn't matter. You're just training with each other. Then you've created this bond over time that's unbreakable, and then you realize that they're human and not a liberal or a conservative. They're just human,
Yeah.
you know. So that's that's the cool part about training, I think.
You're also gonna find people that you're gonna be on the mat with, and you're just not gonna match at all. You know.
Yeah, definitely not, right?
Yeah. And they're gonna get mad, and you might get mad, and stuff. And
That happened between two of the students. One, what's his nuts?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you should know any students' nuts. What?
I can't remember his name.
he got
Anyways, doesn't matter. I got sidetracked.
Trying to
So
remember
one of the
that.
students was, "Hey, you're going too hard. Relax." Didn't listen, and then kept doing it. And then Nathan legitimately got mad, and then just stopped the round. In the middle of the round, just stopped, left, sat, worked through his emotions. Right? They're justified emotions because he already asked, stop using all your strength. Stop. We're not learning anything. You're just trying to out-muscle me, and you don't know as much as I do. And Nathan's smaller than the other guy. Anyway, all these factors play a part into it. Anyways, after he was done working through the whatevers, Nathan, he went back and chatted with Dawson. I couldn't remember the kid's name. Anyway, so Dawson is the kid's name. Went back to Dawson and they chatted, and he's like, "Hey man, I told you, this and that and the other, and we're not learning anything. You're just trying to outstrength me, and Anyway, so it's like you want to get to know something. Now they have a bond. and understanding, our objective is, who's the most important person on the mat, my training partner, so yeah.
My younger brother was my wrestling partner all growing up. So it's probably why we had such big buddy heads so much too, like these kids, and even when we played video games or like did other stuff too, we kind of we're on the same wavelength. But like now we're like the closest out of like everybody too, and we kind of we pick up on things that intuitively that you like want to.
Yeah, when you spend that much time on the mat training together, it happens, and
even when you don't want to.
Yeah, and that's cool because you could be two total different walks of life, and you spend time together, grinding it out with each other, sweating and bleeding and suffering and all those things. There's a bond that's developed and created there, and it's unbreakable. And it's like. Outside the gym, you probably would have never hung out with that individual. You would have never thought about it that way. You would have never, they like playing video games and smoking weed, and you like doing whatever, right? And it's just not the same. But in the gym, for that time, you're partners. You're in it together. So that's cool. That can be developed and created here. This town, you can get everyone in there.
That's why you guys chose the bear, right? So you could know it, the bear deeper.
Man, I'm telling you, bro. I have my favorite training partner. His name is River. He's I think he's your age or really younger than you. He's a 215-pound guy, 6'2", And I really like to roll with that guy because he doesn't give a shit if I'm small, dude. He just goes for it. And he has only tapped me once, but every single time that I go with him, dude, it's good and it's intense and it's respectful. And he puts his 215 pounds on top of me, bro, and I have to figure it out. Or let it come to me. But I have so much trust in this guy that we can start standing up. I'll go for takedowns. I'll go for single leg, double leg. I don't care because I know that it's gonna work for him. I know that he has weaknesses and stuff, and I know that the size is different, but I know that he's gonna go for it. It's hard until a certain point that he knows that he could hurt me or whatever. And he knows that when to stop and how to control himself and shit. And it's hard. Sometimes I think it's hard to find that type of people too. Because a lot of people they start as a sport in rapping and doing this or racing, just kind of be the thing with the mentality that I can't just get my ass kicked. And they go. That's why they go for it right away, like 100%. Yes. They don't want to feel that fear or that shame of being beat up.
You hear that, John Curley?
Name calling you. Alright.
I know that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
He's a great guy.
Super nice. Full of energy. He has a lot of energy.
Yeah. So, which I think his property has a lot of room for that.
You know.
Where's his property? Let's go see him right now.
South Leon.
Let's go get him.
My wife, we had like a ball, like a gala or an event. Because my wife went over there and I met John. I'm like, I know John. Yeah, I'm like, I know him very well. And he came to one of Chris's events. So, yeah, a lot of things you're talking about. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to be humbled every so often. You need that.
You need to get humbled.
Yes.
And you're gonna get humbled, dude. Something that I know is someone just told me, I don't remember who told me this all the time, but he always tells me, hey, if you think that you're good, there's always someone better than you. Yes, no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
It's always someone.
Well,
Always there.
I would rather be humbled in a gym in a controlled environment than like with my house, with my mortgage, and think like with my responsibilities and stuff. You know, I think this area too is such a special area too, and I think that's why having that outlet here, I think would just make like this community that much more better too. Like, we have one low-income housing place, not like what like is on the west side or anything like that, but like there's definitely like a need for that. You know, there's definitely people who are just living paycheck to paycheck, and you have like CEOs of companies here who are like multi-millionaires who are on the verge of being billionaires. We even have billionaires that live in this area. The whole spectrum is here. I think it's pretty cool. I think people for a long time have been coming to this area for that specific reason. Like this area, like was stomping grounds for the Snoqualmie, for the Wenatchee, for the Yakima, and the Salish, Native American tribes. They're all buried here around Lake Clayelum and stuff like that too. So I think this area is like unique in that aspect where so many different like people from different walks of life, different cultures all come here and they get to celebrate. Like they get to bring their culture here with them too. You know? It's pretty amazing. Yeah, a lot of people in Cicadia say their houses are haunted with ghosts and things.
Do you know if they clean their house before they build it? Or they clean the
land.
Because you know they clean the land, dude. I'm telling you, I work with a Hawaiian. I work with a chef in Hawaii that he opened the restaurant in an area where he has to be blessed by Hawaiian gods and and shit and stuff. And very popular, bro. I'm telling you, like the place was haunted. The vibration itself was just dark. Not bad. It didn't feel bad. It just felt just great. You know, like a great spot that you just don't go. It's just empty. It's just there.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that it's there. Even though being in a crowded place, like nobody used to go just there. They used to have the 1600 or no, like it was like 300 400 sorry, like 400 rooms from the Hyatt in the Puerto Beach in Hawaii, and 3-4 customers will be there. Like, yeah, someone else took over, local guy, did the whole thing, the whole ceremony. He's still there. That was 5 years ago. 4 years ago.
Okay, so you know Steely Beach, you know the big beach in Clayelum? Yeah. So there's like Wishpoosh Beach there too.
This is getting good.
Yeah, there's a Native American story here that so there's Clayelum, Ketchilas, and Cochise, like 3 lakes. All 3 lakes were carved out by this Native American like spirit called Wishpoosh. It's like it was a big like beaver kind of creature, and it like formed it during the Ice Age or whatever. And the spirit like was not like the good. It would steal like children and women and like drag them into the water. So like the Yakima Nation like didn't like Wishpoosh, and then one day they like killed it in Lake Clayelum, and that's why there's Wishpoosh Beach. So they think that like they were able to kill it, but the spirit came back as the form of like a bear with like antlers. So really like freaky stuff. So people will see like antlers or bears or things like something like of that like kind of nature in their homes or around their homes, and that's what like is the big thing around here. One day, my wife and I, we moved, so I told you on the way here, like we moved to Ronald because we needed more space. And the first summer we're there, we lived behind this old building called Hawthorne Hall. And nobody's in there, it's like empty building. My wife and I are up late in the evening having an argument. For like, she's like, I see a light on in this building behind us, there's nobody there, it's an empty school. And like, I'm pretty pissed at her, so I'm like, no, there's nothing there. And then she says it again like 5 minutes later. She's like, see it? And I'm like, this time I see it. And it's like a light you would see in here is on in there. But it looks like someone's carrying it around. And I'm like, that's really weird. It looks like somebody is like in there, and like law enforcement background and stuff. Like, hey, let's just call the cops. They get paid to put their nose in people's business. Like, we'll see what's going on. So call the sheriff. Horrible response time. He's there like an hour later or something. My wife's going to bed. I'm up there, and he pulls into our alley. He's like, "Are you the guy who called?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am." I come down, talk to him, and he's like, "All right, well, I'm gonna go around the building, and if you see anything, like, point which direction he goes." And I said to him, like, "Does this mean I'm a deputy?" He didn't think that was funny, but he I'm just there standing. I'm watching him. He's going around the school. Tiny school, and he goes around and he's like, "There's no signs of forced entry. I don't think anybody's in there. Like, maybe someone came back with the key." And me and the sheriff are like standing. It's like midnight now too, and we're looking at this building, and we see like the place, all the lights turn on, and we see like it looks like somebody was like walking around like the place with lights on. We're like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, the sheriff sees this. I'm not crazy. I see him seeing what I'm seeing. Like, this is like, we're both like scared at this moment. And from here to like, where these people are at, is this huge black man walking right to me and the sheriff. And he turns his flashlight on, and like, I was scared. I just froze. I'm like, what do I do? And the moment he puts his flashlight on the bear takes a right and starts walking towards the building where we just saw the lights. And me and the sheriff for like a couple seconds are just like frozen. We're like, what do we just see? And then he goes like, he pulls his radio. He's like COVID-19 or whatever, says something. He's like, opens up an animal case, and he's like, "Yeah, it doesn't hurt anything." I'm like, what we just saw this we saw all the lights come on the building, and we just saw this bear walk to us. Like, this is way too much. Like,
dude, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was
That's
crazy.
crazy.
That was last June that happened in our place. And I was like, it was nuts. And we kept thinking that.
That's fucking crazy.
And I told my mom the story the next day, and she's like, "You know about witch pooch, don't you?" I'm like, "What? What's witch pooch?" She's like, "The Native American spirit that comes out in the form of a bear." I'm like,
No shit.
dude, I was like, that was way
That's
too.
fucking
Because I remember when he put the light on this bear, like, I don't know, because like new like shine, it looked shiny, but like almost like blue shiny too. But he was a bear, like black bear. But like it was really weird to have that all happen all at once. And I'm just like,
And they were not like no notice of you guys, nothing.
no, he didn't care. He just like as soon as he put the light on. Like, cause he was walking to us. The sheriff saw him before we saw him. Before I saw him, I would have been eaten, dude. I would have been like gone or something. But as soon as he shined his flashlight on, I remember just the bear just turning, and they walk super weird, Like it's just like it's like a big raccoon moving out there. And you walk right through the building, and there's a horse behind the building. You hear the horse get all like scared and stuff like that up there. And I'm like, yeah, it was pretty wild.
That's pretty cool, dude. That's a really nice story. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, it was a good.
That's a cheers.
Yeah, man.
Wish push. Are we going to the woods next?
That's good.
That's in the woods? We go to the cemetery.
Same day? Do you guys
Yeah.
want to go see the area of the historic sites here first, or we'll share there?
I know that we wanted to. What's your time frame?
Hold on. I have a wife.
I have a wife.
It's a little kid.
Yeah, that's
I
my
got like
watch.
45
Text
minutes
message.
or so.
You do?
Yeah.
So
This is good, man.
Do we plan on leaving?
Huh?
Do you plan on leaving? Because I need to charge my phone a little bit more. You guys are killing my phone.
You could probably charge it, turn it off, and charge it right now while we decide what we're gonna do.
Yeah.